Hello Scorpio friends, welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have the Scorpio gang here with me tonight, tonight, whenever you're watching this. We are going to do your December career finances tarot. This is going to be middle of December into middle of January. So welcome. As always with general messages on YouTube, not everything I say will resonate with you. So it is up to you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Not everything I say will resonate with all the Scorpios out there. So it's up to you to take away messages that you feel are meant for your best and highest good. Scorpio, you are very intuitive. You will know intuitively what messages to take away and what to release, what you can drop. Any energy that feels foreign or isn't your story, you don't need to take on those messages. What else do you need to know? Everything else is in the description box below. Happy holidays. Happy almost New Year. Happy almost 2020. We'll see what's in the cards for Scorpio, my Scorpios, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and we'll say Jupiter because it's a career and finances. See if there's any good luck in the future. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And yeah, my social media links are written in the box below as well as the decks I'm using. As always, drop a like, share, subscribe wherever you can. That helps me, helps the channel gain some traction. All right, so bottom of your deck, boom, you have the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So a brilliant new idea, an epiphany of some kind, a very important communication, an offer letter of some kind. It's literally a letter here, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Some sort of important message on how to grow your business or how to grow, I'm going to say your seed, whatever that means to you. So whatever you're looking to plant and develop and grow. Interesting, and you also have the Queen of a Theme, so this is the Queen of Swords, so you got a divine pairing here. So in a career and finances read, I always take that to mean that there's going to be like a key player that's going to like help you. It could be like get your business off the ground or offer you some sort of wise mentorship, guidance, counseling about how you want to do it. It could be a financial advisor, it doesn't have to be. It could also be like legal documents, yeah, something involving like law. I just heard Law and Order. Dun dun. I'm such a dork. Can't believe I just did that. Okay, anyway, moving on. Let's talk into your energy. My mom loves Law and Order. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Anyway, Three of Pentacles is your energy. Yeah, so the team building card. That's what I mean. This could be like some sort of business partnership. Even if you work independently, even if you're a solo entrepreneur, someone you go to, for, particularly with swords, advice, guidance, counseling, like a fair ruling on something, a judgment. But yeah, very like intellectual. You would hold them in very high regard. And I mean, some of you might be literally adding people to your team. It's very possible. Yeah, something about, I feel like I've said this to you before, something about like the passing down of it could literally be like a job title, like if somebody retires and then it becomes yours. But actually, I don't know if it's so much that, because it feels like you would have gotten this based on your own skill and merit. Something about this feels like an award ceremony to me. So it could be you being presented with like Employee of the Month, or, you know, in last quarter you had the highest numbers, or some sort of like honor. Yeah, with these, it's like someone passing on significant knowledge to you, and it puts you in like a power position. It's like you step into your new role as this. And it may involve the arts or something spiritual. Yeah, it may be something in nature. I don't know, that's not going to be for everyone. Yeah, particularly musicians out there. You may have like your first performance where, you know, the crowd goes wild, or you may just get your first gig ever, right? Playing for the public, and you have something about like your team, your band, that kind of dynamic. Interesting. So the underlying energy is the Three of Swords. So card of like disappointment, heartbreak, sadness, frustration. Something didn't go the way you wanted it to. You know, something pains your heart. It's interesting with this. What I'm actually getting is if you get some sort of raise or promotion, or even just some sort of acknowledgement. It could be something as minor as that. Could be something as huge as, you know, a new job. Something about it brings you pain, and I'm almost getting that you're torn or at some sort of crossroads that it should have gone to someone else, or you're questioning if you know, you finally get announced as the new fill in the blank. Something about you're questioning if it's the right move. Is it in the long term going to make you happy? Is this the team you see yourself working with? Maybe there's someone on this team that you don't like, that it's like they're a pain in the ass, they're a pain in the heart, pain in the asses. I think it's like a playoff of that. There's something about it that, yeah, it's giving you pause. And maybe it's some sort of recognition that you didn't see coming. And I am sort of, I hate to use the word blindsided because that sounds very harsh and very extreme. Obviously, if you've applied to a job, you wouldn't be blindsided to hear back. But that's the thing. This doesn't feel like, thanks but no thanks. It feels the opposite. It feels like, congratulations, please step up. And yet the underlying energy for that is disappointment. So it's like you get some sort of job title or promotion, but maybe it's not the one you wanted. Maybe you get some sort of, token of appreciation or whatever, but it's not the one you want. Yeah, actually, I think that's what it is. With Page of Pentacles coming up, you get something, but you wanted bigger. You wanted more. It's disappointing. You feel like you're not being seen as the true player that you are. Like, it's like someone isn't utilizing your true skills and talents. They're treating you like a page when you want to be treated like, a king or a queen or whatever. This is saying chill out. Be patient, because good things come to those who wait. That cheesy expression, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Something about this announcement, this transition into something potentially new, potentially with a team. It doesn't have to be that. Something about March is going to be important too. I don't know if you get this recognition in March, or I don't know why that's coming through. Anyway, it's the start of something better. It's the start of something beautiful, but I don't think you're going to see it that way. You're going to be like, I didn't really want this, or now I have to be on freaking John's team and I hate John, and like it's something like that. It's the start of something, like it's a seed, so there's potential here for it to turn into something really beautiful. When this card comes up, sometimes it does indicate to me like you're being guided. There's like the angel of love, Archangel Michael, is showing up. Temperance is about balance, internal balance, healing a broken heart, right? So yeah, for the random person that it's like you feel bad that you got the job and your person didn't, which is not really like a Scorpio energy to me, but whatever. Maybe, maybe some of you are very diplomatic in that way, and they're going to be fine. There will be healing. Maybe there was like an awkward relationship because you got promoted and your person didn't. Maybe you guys worked as a team and one person got the salary bump and the other person didn't. Yeah, that could be it for some of you too. The underlying energy is disappointment. Maybe it's not your disappointment. Maybe it's someone else's. Maybe now you're the boss of who used to be, your equal, and that's making it sort of awkward. The friendship will heal. The friendship will be okay. It's not always going to feel like you're carrying around a burden. There will be some sort of like reunion or reconciliation. Love will flow again. But yeah, there's a new opportunity that's going to be in alignment with your heart space. But something about this opportunity, it's giving you anxiety or frustration. I don't know if it's anxiety so much of this feels angry. Like, how could they overlook me like that? How could they treat me like I didn't just, build the entire back end of their system? Again, it's like you're being treated like a child. It's like an infant percent of what you actually wanted in the pay bump or the pay increase or whatever. But it's a start, and again, I just want to reiterate, something about this was meant to be. It was supposed to happen this way, and I mean, you have good cards coming along, so interesting. All right, let's hop into your challenger focus. I think that's going to clarify some more things for us. Your challenger focus is, okay, interesting. The Lady and the Lord, so this is the Lover's card in this deck. And something about it, I heard instantly loyalty, maybe because of the dogs. You may be working with a person that you don't love. Or again, there's some sort of power shift or power dynamics change, and you're kind of like this is not ideal. The partnership is what's your challenger focus here. And the underlying energy for that is the Devil. So some of you might be working with a Capricorn, and you're not stoked about it. For others of you, again, something about a power dynamic. The one who's ruling over. It could be that your friend got, or I don't even know if it's your friend. Somebody got promoted, and maybe this whole thing is the opposite, that you're kind of in the shackles. You're feeling like a slave to the company or something like that. For most of you, though, it's not. For most of you, it's you getting the recognition. Oh, and for others of you, if you are in some sort of relationship, it doesn't have to be romantic, but for a lot of you, it does feel romantic, particularly with like a Sagittarius or a Gemini or a Capricorn. You may become a slave to your work, and so it's impacting your relationship. Like you're not seeing the person you love enough because you're always at work. That's actually for a lot of you. That's going to be your challenge or focus, because with this title change or more pay or whatever, something about it's demanding more of you at work. Maybe that's why that's. Yeah, that could be. And yeah, so you're not able to give from your cup because at the end of the day you're exhausted. There's a need to like heal your body at the end of the day and make sure mentally and physically you're in a good place, because yeah, this job may be quite demanding. And maybe that's what it is. It's like you get promoted and it seems good, even though they somehow convinced you to take a pay cut, but you took the new role. But then yeah, it's kind of like something about it isn't what you thought it would be. But again, I don't know exactly what it's going to be for some of you. There may be a crossroads again at some point where this sort of energy starts coming in, where it does become fun, where you're no longer feeling like you're being micromanaged and you can go off on your own and reach out to your own clients, or I don't know what this would be. Celebrating with coworkers, have like a good social dynamic among people. But that doesn't come until I just want to say there's like a little bit of awkwardness. There's some sort of awkward situation that's I do want to say it's putting you at odds with someone, and I do think that's why the Lovers card is coming up here too. It's like, can't we just make it work? Can we just be friends? Like, does it have to have this weird dynamic of, this just feels like I hate them. Rage. That's what it feels like. Something about a person in charge, people questioning their authority or questioning that they know what they're doing. Someone who's very money hungry, someone who doesn't have their priorities in the right place. Let's go into your help. The Ace of Athens, and it fell under the other one you had too. So an epiphany, that brand new idea, that letter of communication. You have the Lovers again. Interesting. Let's upright this time. Cutting one out. That's what I get from this. The Lovers frequently talks about a choice. Yeah, it's like, who is Cupid going to strike his arrow at? And something about Sagittarius was coming through with this too. So yeah, for some of you, a Sagittarius might be reaching out to you. You might be reaching out to a Sagittarius or choosing that person to be on your team. And yeah, Sagittarians tend to be hard workers. And they like to have fun at work too. So for better or worse, I mean, depending on if that story is familiar to you at all. Communicating an important decision or an important choice you're going to make. And for some of you, it might be, I tried out this job and, thanks, but no thanks. It's not for me. That could be what this is. It's like an executive gives you the word like, hey, you're hired. And then you're like, no, like I quit. Like it's very powerful energy, and it's all based on logic. Some of you may find that doing work on your own as like an independent contractor actually brings you more joy than being in a group or being a part of a corporation or a company. Something about doing it on your own brings you more joy. It's more in alignment with your heart. The Fool is like an individual energy. Taking some sort of leap of faith is also going to be helpful to you in the coming month or two. And I want to say like partying, but that's not really what I mean. Spending time with your soul tribe, the people who you love, the people who make you want to sing and dance and make you happy. They're your cheerleaders, so they know you well enough to know a position that would probably match your skill set, but also make you happy. So, especially around the holidays, be it your friends or your family, use them as a sounding board. You don't have the High Priestess coming up. That to me means keep it sacred, keep it safe, keep it secret, right? You don't really have that. It sounds like my Scorpios out there have a really important choice, and it's almost like you need to choose one or the other. And maybe it has to do with, taking some sort of title raise, but it's just not worth it because it's like, it puts you in like this bullshit headspace and like, it's a pain in the ass. That's just what I'm getting from this. Or again, maybe venturing off on your own. You have the Lovers twice. So yeah, a couple important decisions. And perhaps leaving some sort of situation behind where it feels like a toxic environment. You're wanting to get away from someone who's like very money hungry or very corporate or very abusive, some sort of like abusive power dynamic. Excuse me. Yeah, I could also see this as giving your letter of resignation, like a strongly worded email, but it might be like, I'm done, I quit. Again, Two of Wands, a crossroad, a choice, a path to take. Some of you are very much at a crossroads. And with Eight of Pentacles in reverse, yeah, leaving behind a job because there's no value in it or there's nothing that's allowing you to grow. It's like you've plateaued and there's no opportunity for you to change your title or no opportunity for you to get an increased salary. So it's like, this is typically like the artisan, the apprentice card. And I always say, it's work, but the hours fly by because you enjoy it. That's not what I'm getting from this. It's the hours don't fly by. You're there all the time and it feels like you're accomplishing nothing. And that may have to do with leaving something behind and embracing, again, something in more alignment with your heart space. Temperance is coming up though for a reason. Something about be patient. Maybe accepting this new role or promotion or just recognition, whatever it is. Something about it gets you a seed. And I know that's a strange way of putting it, but in metaphor, there was something to be gained by you being put in this sort of position. And maybe it's the realization, oh, I hate how this company works. I don't want to work for them. It might seal the deal that like, no, I thought I wanted to work my way up the corporate ladder, but I don't. I see how this works and this is how much they pay me. And like, this is my workload. Like, F no, I'm out. That's what I mean. There's some sort of thing that happens and at first sight, it seems like a good opportunity. And I don't mean to do fear-based readings, but something about it is going to be disappointing. Or at minimum, put you at odds with someone. I will say that. I was talking about like kind of like a weird friendship dynamic that goes south. Some of you are stuck though. You're afraid to make a move because this position is so new or this opportunity is so new. But I think intuitively, Scorpio, I mean, you're a water sign. You're going to know what the right choice is. If you give it a few days, a few weeks, a few months, I think you're going to know what the right decision is. Just, yeah, do it in a grounded way. Like 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot in the pool of intuition. And also water, our dreams, our love. Is this opportunity in alignment with your heart space? Do you feel joy when you do it? If not, it might not be a good mix. And that's okay to me. It's saying that might be your epiphany. That might be the major message that comes to you in the coming weeks or whatever. It seems like when you choose to go after what makes your heart sing, what makes you happy, that's kind of where you're going to find your soul tribe or your work tribe or your better clients, those who want what you're serving up essentially, right? You're the King of Cups, Scorpio. Yeah, and I kind of said the same thing to Cancer. In fact, I said something, now that I'm looking at it, I said something very similar to Cancer. They had a similar card, and it's like, how long are you going to put up with the bullshit until you realize, like, all the other cards surrounding feel really good and nice, but you're putting up with this. You're putting up with this for some reason. So it's like, we kind of have to get to the bottom of, like, let's put on our detective hat. Why are you sticking around for this? Is there value in it? Do they recognize your value or are they always going to treat you as a page? Yeah, some sort of crossroads on who you want to work with, who you want to invest with, who you want to build with. Three of Pentacles can be a team building card. But also mind, body, and spirit. And with Temperance, is this job good for your health? Is it giving you heart palpitations? Is it giving you anxiety? Is it keeping you up in the middle of the night worrying about, expense reports? Or you know what I'm saying? Is it good for your health and is it good for the long term? There may be something that feels foolish or a job that your family doesn't take seriously or something that society doesn't take seriously that's more in alignment with your heart and it's going to bring you great joy, but it does take a huge leap of faith to go after it, but it's what your heart is calling you to do. It almost feels like the safe route is not going to pay you enough. or something like you're never going to be treated well, but there's a safety net in it, and that, you know, they'll give you a small, like, you know, employee of the month, yay, like, it'll look good on your resume. Something about they convince you that it's a good opportunity, they convince you to try and stay, but something about your heart wants to go for this cup, whatever it is. Because, yeah, there's joyous opportunity by doing it, but something about the Fool to me, it's saying it might not be the safest route, but there's more joy in it for you. So what is your ultimate advice or guidance here, Scorpio? The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so a card of Virgo, could also be Taurus or Capricorn. The Knight of Money, right? The Knight of Pentacles, moving towards what we want to build, what we want to grow. Again, taking that seed, that opportunity, that potentially, I know this is cheesy, but potentially was sprouted from this sort of, recognition or, I don't know what it is, some type of raise or whatever. It's being like, thank you very much, I'll take the job. But then in a couple weeks, you're like, but I'm going to put on my resume my new title change at this job and like maneuver my way into another company with that new title you just gave me. Do you understand? It's like maybe leapfrogging off this opportunity, because whatever this opportunity is, long term, I don't think it's doing you any favors. But in the short term, you gain something from it. And for a lot of you, you just gain clarity about something, about how the business works, about, oh, I thought I wanted to do this, but I don't. Or, hey, I actually really enjoy working with those people. That's the direction I want to go in. You have some sort of clarity, if not some sort of epiphany. And I do think it has to do with where you want to go. Nights always bring change and movement into our life. And it's almost like, it does feel like that last push. It's that last nudge that sets you off on like your journey, your spiritual journey, your career path, let's say, right? Slow and steady wins the race. It's the slowest moving knight in the deck, so that indicates to me money may take a while to collect in the bank, right? Again, especially if you do choose to go after this feels like some sort of risk, particularly in like a creative field, the arts, right? Maybe you're selling your paintings on the, Venice Beach boardwalk or something like that, but your heart's in it. It doesn't feel like work because you're enjoying it, but you're putting your heart and soul into it. And yeah, you love it, The Archangel Michael is the angel of love, right? It makes you feel balanced. It makes you feel well to participate in this. Maybe this side hobby becomes a main source of income eventually, but you will have to put in some work. It's not going to happen overnight. Underlying energy, wow, you have the same card again. The Two of Wands, an important crossroads. The Two of Wands, which path do I take? Wands are all about action though, especially in Sagittarius season. I do think this this opportunity comes about soon. I feel that. Moving on to what may bring you more happiness, or again, doing that sort of assessment or having some sort of epiphany or clarity about what to do next, that may come over time. But the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, something about being the student at this job, again, they treat you like a page, like, well, room for growth, but let's start small. Some of you, I think, reject that idea. Like, I'm not going to be your intern. I'm not going to go unpaid. I'm not going to work for $10 an hour. That's slave labor, right? Where's my devil? Slave labor, right? That's what that feels like. Something about the safety and security of what you already know, about what is familiar, or taking that risk, moving forward. Again, Sagittarius season. Sagittarius is kind of important here. That it keeps coming up. We're almost in Capricorn season though. Movement forward, taking action forward to create whatever it is you want. And again, this indicates to me after the two comes the Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in. So you go into work, you go into business, right? In terms of the potential for money growth, for income, it might be a little bit slower, but there's having faith that it's out there. Taking some sort of action, and really, like I have to reiterate, aligning with your heart space, taking some sort of risk, no matter how big or small, that your heart is calling you to do. I think you're going to see reward in that eventually, but it does involve leaving the comfort zone or taking some sort of risk. And maybe that risk is telling your boss what you really think of like their shitty pay raise they gave you. Like, I've been with the company for 10 years and you just gave me like a 25-cent pay raise. Are you kidding me? This could be confrontational energy. This could also be negotiations of offers, like, no, I want full-time and benefits. Okay, but then you're not going to have this vacation package. Or, do you know what I mean? This could be back and forth of very strong-willed people. Intellectuals. It's card of Libra and Aquarius. Data, facts, analysis, statistics. You may be pulling reports of like your work performance to prove your point. Because, I mean, cups can also be money flow in career spreads too, so. Your ultimate guidance is move. Make a decision on what you want to move towards and just do it. Even if you don't have all the information figured out, it seems like you're going to learn by doing. You'll get there eventually. But you gain nothing by staying exactly where you are, by staying in a place where I guess you feel safe, but it's almost an illusion. You feel warmed by the fire, but it's the devil who's providing the fire for you. Something about what nourishes you, again, your happiness. Your happiness needs to be your main focus, especially going into the new year as well. This feels like making New Year's resolutions on what you're going to do with the rest of your life. Because I think some of you are deciding to leave a job where your heart just isn't in it anymore. Knight of Pentacles. Clarify Knight of Pentacles. Whoa, way too many cards, but we'll take that one. Thoughts. Yeah, something about creative pursuits, again, as well as not settling for the first offer. Again, this feels like a rebuttal, or again, like negotiations on what you want, what you deserve. And yeah, certainly artistic careers, particularly painting, comes through with that a lot. An expectation. Salary expectations, right? Something about this feels very stubborn. Like, I can wait all day. Again, I actually like it. It's like, I'm not going to jump at the first offer. But also, with what I just said too, with my Two of Wands, if you stay in the comfort zone or constantly looking out the window, dreaming about it, nothing is ever going to change. This is saying, like, get up off the couch and go outside and, like, move towards what you want to do. Move towards what you love. All right? That's what I got for you, Scorpio. I hope that resonates for some out there. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And I will see you very soon for more tarot readings. And Happy New Year. Bye, guys.